Jerry Hamilton on Texas football here with Bell. Been on campus a few times. What's today been like and yesterday when you got in town?
Today was really good. I mean, I got to meet a lot of new faces, get to talk to a lot of guys, get to answer some questions they had about Texas and why I chose Texas. So it was a great time. Got to meet a lot of new people and got to just hang out.
Yeah. So what's next for you? When will you be back on campus, you think?
I'll probably come back for spring practice.
Yeah.
Obviously, try and come back during the season for a couple games, but that's the plan right now.
Kind of talk about the relationship with Coach Milwee, kind of how that's progressing.
Me and Coach Milwee always had the best relationship. We spend the most time together. Obviously, on days like this, I spend a lot of time with Coach Mike, but also Coach Milwee as well. Unfortunately, I couldn't hang out with Coach Sark today. He's feeling a little under weather, but Coach Milwee and I are great. I mean, it only gets better and better. We talk every week, so it's that.
Cool.
2026 Willis athlete, one of the top athletes in the state, Germaine Bishop. What'd you take away from today, coming back down to Austin?
That it's just not a play that they put on when they come to schools and, talk on the phone and stuff like that. This is pretty real. It's a family down here, and I definitely see myself a part of something like this.
You mentioned when they come to schools, when you talk on the phone, how often are you in communication with the coaches up here? And obviously you got to come back down and see them again today. Who'd you get to speak with down here?
I got to speak with Coach Jackson and Coach Joseph a little bit, and Coach Banks as well.
Okay.
A lot of more coaches came and talked. It's just they pretty frequently with their conversations. They check in, a lot. I can definitely see I'm one of their top priorities. You
mentioned Coach Jackson, wide receivers, Coach Joseph, cornerbacks. Is there a position that they're specifically recruiting you at, or just kind of, hey, we'll wait and see? Eventually maybe you get to campus and we'll figure it out from there.
Definitely, we'll wait to see you get on campus. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work for you? Is there a position that maybe you prefer, or is just, hey, get me on the field and I'll ball out?
Definitely just want to get on the field and ball out, man. Just showcase my talents, really haven't really picked a position myself as well. I love both positions, but we're really Coach Sark, want to put me at,
Yeah.
Hey, I'm ready to work.
And obviously you've been to Texas plenty of times before.
Mm-hmm.
What is it about Texas that keeps you coming back?
It's just a culture, man. The culture down here is crazy. Not only is this like a football place, but this place really breeds football. The fans here are absurd about their football,
yeah.
man, and the coaches here are pretty cool, man. They definitely treat me as like one of their own, a player. So that right there is a big factor.
You get to talk to Coach Sarkisian pretty often?
Not pretty often, but I had a conversation with him before, yes, sir.
Okay. I wanted to ask because I know that he's not on campus today, but did want to ask you this. You got plenty of schools recruiting you pretty heavily right now. You got any immediate plans for future visits, or, hey, maybe you want to trim things down eventually?
Not really specifically. Haven't chosen where to get out to, but definitely Austin is definitely on that list.
Okay, very good.
Yes, sir.
And that's 2026. Maybe the number one, maybe the number two. Where do you think you stand amongst the athletes in Texas?
Oh, me, definitely number one.
All right.
Definitely. Yes, sir.
We'll go with it. The number one athlete in the state of Texas, Germaine Bishop Jr.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
2026 Destrehan, Louisiana wide receiver Jabari Mack on campus. One of the top wide receivers in the country. Down here in Austin, give me one of your big takeaways from coming down here and spending the day down in Austin.
My biggest takeaway was just that everything I had felt like family. All the coaches, everybody, they treated me right, every assistant and everything. I really learned a lot about Texas today, and seeing some new facilities. So it was a great day.
Well, you said you learned a lot about Texas. What did you maybe not know beforehand that you learned today?
Really just the behind the scenes, like everyone in the nutrition, or really the weight room, and really the athletic development and all of that. Yeah, I got to see.
I saw you walk across the street. Were you at the basketball game today?
Yeah, the basketball game was lit.
What was that like? I know Texas just overcame a 22-point deficit. Did you get to see it all?
Yeah, I seen all of it. It was crazy, because after that first half, they really went in.
Yeah.
And the game winner, that was hard.
Well, there you go. That's a heck of a game. Real quick, talk to me about Coach Jackson. I know that y'all are building a nice relationship. What stands out to you about him?
Coach Jackson, what stands out about him to me really is just, he's very truthful, and he not gonna sugarcoat nothing. He always keeps it real.
Perfect. And then in terms of what's next for you, are you going to any visits? You doing any camps coming up, or are you taking it easy?
Coming up, I think I got my last junior day is going to be at LSU next weekend.
Yep.
And that's all I have planned for right now.
And for folks who haven't seen you, I know that you're a track kid. I know you got some hoops in you. Talk about where you got this athleticism from. Is that mom? Is that dad? Is that something you just found by yourself?
My parents, yeah, they gonna say it's my mama.
Okay.
But yeah, they always instilled that into me.
It's the future right here. It's the future right here.
Damn.
Good to see.
But yeah, they always instilled into me, just being a great competitor, and that's what I do.
Well, perfect. Very much. Thank you very much, Jabari, and have a safe travel back.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, 2026 Euless Trinity Offense lineman Toa Katoa down here in Austin. Third visit down here.
Sir.
What is about today that you learned that maybe you didn't know coming into the trip?
I think the thing I learned the most was just how close the players are, because we got to sit down and ask the players questions. I got to learn more about the strength and conditioning staff, and learn how they had most of their starters in most of the season, and I think that's really awesome. And yeah, that was the biggest thing, was just the strength and conditioning staff.
Who'd you get to talk to on the player side? Is there a panel or anything that you got to sit in and just kind of ask questions about the program, nutrition, academics, stuff like that?
Yeah, I got to speak to Daniel Cruz.
Okay.
Yeah, I walked around with him most of the time. Yeah, he got to answer my questions. I mostly asked, like, how are the coaches after recruiting you, like Coach Sarkeesian and Coach Flood, and then and then basically just how are they as a team competing for a spot.
I know Daniel, obviously another DFW kid, so
yes,
someone that's made the trip from Dallas down to Austin too. I want to ask you about Coach Flood, because I know that's a relationship that you've had for quite some time. I see the smile. What is it about Coach Flood that kind of keeps you coming back to Texas?
Man, he just keeps a good, consistent relationship with me and my dad. He's always checking up on us. He came and visited us at school the other day. He got to see me wrestle. So, he got to see me get down with the wrestling coach. And
is there anybody else that you face wrestling that's as big as you?
Yeah, the wrestling coach.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's huge, and he's also ranked nationally in wrestling. So it was we got after it.
You got your equal footing there, right?
No, I think he got it more.
Okay.
Yeah, he's real good.
Well, good deal. Any upcoming trips, anything like that set for you?
As of right now, I'm not sure, but I definitely will be back here for Texas.
Okay.
For spring practice, and then we'll get a OV set on Monday.
Coming soon. And last question for you. I know that you still, you got some time before a decision, but where does Texas kind of stand? And are you close to trimming things down or coming up with a decision date at all?
Yeah, I'm just gonna start narrowing it down, but I'm not sure. I have to talk with my pops about that.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, good deal. That's 2026 Euless Trinity offensive lineman Toa Katoa. All right, 2026 Prosper offensive lineman Zayden Crimp out here today at Texas. First off, you've been to Texas plenty. Is there anything that you learned today that maybe you didn't know about coming back to Texas?
I'll be honest, I wanted to come back and I asked some of the players today just how Coach Flood coaches, and I think I got the answered. And I would say I planned a OV June 13th, so I'll be at that. So Texas is still on the top list. Not the top, but it's in there. But it was good today. I'm happy I came.
Absolutely. You said you got to talk to some of the players. Was that through a panel? Was that just one-on-one? Who were some of those guys that kind of made an impact on you?
I couldn't tell the names, but one of them, one of my buddies, Daniel Cruz. Freshman, came in. I guess a couple months ago. But
y'all trained together, correct?
We had.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been training with him since he was a freshman and I was in like 7th grade. So it's been a minute. We go way back, but he's known me when I was 200 pounds. Now I'm 270. But yeah, he just told me just how good Coach Flood is and how he coaches and how he does. Cause I asked him, I was like, does Coach Flood change when the parents are not around and I'm actually working? And he said, no, he's the same old guy. He's a little funnier and stuff. He's actually himself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well,
that's good.
Well, that is good. I know you said you got to talk to him a little bit. Going back to your recruitment as well, I know that you got plenty of offers coming in. I believe Michigan, you just either visited or offered. They offered you the other day. Is that correct?
That was Colorado State. Yeah,
Colorado
that'd
State.
been my 47th level.
So you got 47. I'm sure Michigan's in there.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Well, who are some of the schools that are standing out to you and kind of making this recruitment, pretty tight?
I would say Texas A&M,
Okay.
Texas, SMU, Michigan, possibly Florida State. I would say those top schools. I think those are all schools that can develop me. Coach Flood has told me today that I agree with him. If you play in SEC, like with Texas, and you play Georgia, Alabama's, and schools like that, you're going to get developed. And that's my goal. I want to be a first rounder at the end of my college career. And,
Yeah.
I mean, looking at Banks and everybody, and Jake, and the right tackle for Texas. I mean, just Texas, they show they can develop guys, and that's interested for me. So I'm excited. Yeah.
I know Jake's just wrapped up a heck of a career here at Texas. Also a Prosper kid.
Yep.
Did Coach Flood or anybody they kind of pitch you on where they see you right now on the offensive line?
They see me at tackle.
At tackle?
Coach Flood told me, and Daniel Cruz, he says Coach Flood told him that. But they see my length and how I move, my how I just move my feet and everything. So. Yeah, I think every college I talk to, or I have, they've told me I apply to play tackles.
Well, good deal.
Yes, sir.
Zayden, have a safe travels back. And
thank you.
Can we get a hook 'em before you get out of here?
Hook 'em.
All right. 2026 Melissa linebacker Payton Porter on campus today. First off, talk about the visit. How'd it go? And, your trip down to Austin.
It was great. I very liked it. It was more of how important the school is, and then how the coaches develop you, not as a player but as a person too. Like I like how everything's put together as a program.
Absolutely. And going into your recruitment a little bit, I know that you're a playmaker at Melissa. They got you as a linebacker here. What's the strength of your game right now? I know you play a little bit both ways, right?
I say my speed.
Okay.
I say my speed is my strength, my game.
So are you going to be running track this spring as well?
Yes, sir.
You excited for it?
Yes, sir.
What's some of the goals for this track season?
So, okay. I say at least go to state.
Okay. And what? Which event?
4x1, 4x2. Hopefully for myself, the Open 200.
Well, there we go. That sounds right. But getting back to the visit today, you said you got to talk to Coach Nansen a little bit.
Yes, sir.
What'd you take away from the conversations with him?
He's a very good coach. How he's gonna develop the players. He's more of a serious. He's this is a business. He's taking it more as a business or as a recess.
Absolutely. And then you obviously came down to Austin. What intrigues you about Texas in general and its football program?
I'll say how it's more of a family environment. How well they treat you, not just you, your family also. So things like that. Yeah.
Anybody else kind of stand out to you on the trip? Any players that you got to see? Did you get to see Trevor Gooseby on the trip?
I did. My old teammate. Got to see Trevor Gooseby, my boy, Dalen McCutcheon.
Yeah.
So.
Are they pulling you to Texas? They do a little recruiting of themselves?
A little bit.
I know it's still early for you, but where does where's your recruitment at the moment?
I'll say my options are kind of open right now because it's just, getting started, things like that.
Well, good deal. Any visits coming up for the next month or so?
So I'll visit probably. I'll be here back in the spring. Then I'll go on another junior day tomorrow. Then, hopefully set my official visit with Texas.
Well, there we go. We'll be in contact then. Payton, great talking with you today, and safe travels back up.
Thank you.
2026 linebacker Coy Oak out of Maid Creek down in Houston on campus today. What'd you like about today, the trip down to Austin and seeing Texas again?
I just like, everything. I like the whole vibe. I like being able to talk to the coaches. Really just see it again, get a feeling for it. Just get a deeper talk with the coaches and everything like that. Them answering my questions was really great. And, just love the whole vibe of it.
You got to talk to a couple coaches. Who kind of stood out to you? Is that Coach Nansen that's recruiting you pretty hard?
Yeah, Coach Nansen, Coach Sark, back when he was back at Houston, and Coach Banks. So, yeah.
What do you like about them collectively? Is it their energy, the way that they coach? You get to learn anything today that maybe you didn't know?
Yeah, I like Coach Banks. He's very passionate about the game. I could tell he really gets into it. So that's what I like. Coach Nansen, I can tell he's a player's coach, cares about the players. Yeah. That's going to, develop me, take care of me. And, yeah. And Coach Sark, he's just Coach Sark.
Of course.
Yeah.
I know you've been down to Austin, what is this, 3, 4 times?
3, I think.
3. Where does Texas kind of stand for you, big picture? I know you got a long way to go, but when you kind of evaluate your schools and where Texas kind of is for you, is that something that you think about currently, or is that still a ways away for you?
Yeah, they're definitely up there right now, just narrowing down the schools, and yeah, Texas definitely top.
Who else are you hearing from pretty often?
Penn State, Bama, Notre Dame, and
So, Final Four team.
yeah,
It sounds like you got some pretty high competition.
yeah.
Do you know when you might want to, kind of sit down, slow things down, and just, find out where the best fit is for you? Is that going to be in the summer after OBs?
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be in the summer. Just getting out to all those campuses, seeing what it's about, and yeah.
And did they set up an official visit for you, or are you still waiting to?
Yeah, still waiting to see how all that turns out. So yeah.
Well, good deal, Kosi. Thank you very much. Can we get a hook 'em before you get out of here?
Yes, sir.
There we go. 2027 offensive lineman out of Lake Dallas, Kadrian Redmond, got the offer today.
Yes, sir.
Talk about your emotions and how that went down with the Texas staff today.
Definitely surprised. In the camp, I did pretty all right, but Coach Baker, he definitely had faith in me. Knew I had progressed through the season, and he finally gave me the offer.
For folks who are new to your game, what's some of the strengths about you on the football field right now?
I feel like my hands are where they need to be. I feel like I can get more leverage than most people, and my effort getting to the ball even when it's not in range.
Of course, now that Texas has offered and they're in the fold for you, where do they kind of stand big picture for you?
Oh, definitely number one.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Why is that?
I feel like it's been on my radar for a long time. Texas is just a great school, athletically and academically, and Texas is just a great school.
What do you like about Coach Baker?
He's very understanding. He comes from like where I come from, basically.
Okay.
He understands me a lot, and I feel like we can relate on a lot of things.
Now, what's next for you and your recruit? I know you got a long way to go, but you got any other visits, any other schools that you're talking to?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just straight off-season.
Off-season workouts.
You throwing or anything?
I throw shot put.
There you go.
Yes, sir. Yes,
What are you trying to get to? Any numbers this year?
55.
55?
I threw 49 last year.
Okay.
I'm trying to get to 55.
Well, there we go, Kadrian.
That's right.
Congratulations, and best of luck to you.
That's right. Thank you so much.